I said to the team at halftime, I thought we were really poor in the first phase of the game. They obviously scored the goal, and it was a sloppy goal to give away. We weren't ready for it, so I don't know why. The spirit in the locker room before kickoff was fantastic, and maybe we gave them too much energy before, and we were just a little bit slow in the first phase of the game. It balanced off a little bit, but there was some things that I wasn't happy about in regards to positions, and we were a little bit too high in our 8 pockets. Shinomi and Sully just got a little bit too high, so we made some tweaks at half time, and I thought, we almost did to them what they did to us in the second half. We should need to take those opportunities. I just told them afterwards, those opportunities are few and far between at this level. So how we take them and when we take them is important. But I thought the second half performance was really, really positive, and it was wave after wave after wave, and just nice to see the belief growing and growing and growing.
2 big impact subs today in terms of the goals. 2 goals from substitutes. Hannah and Jay both scored their first goals in a Courage jersey. What does it mean for this group to see players coming off the bench and making that big of an impact? And how great is it to see those 2 get their first in a Courage kit?
Yeah, happy for both of them. I really am. But we talked all week, my whole week, actually the last 2 weeks that we've been doing this. It's been about togetherness. It's been about belief, how the group grows, and it's not one person, it's not 2 people, it's the absolute collective. So that's been the biggest message that we've continued to push. I told them before the game, this week and last week, that the moments that we have to make substitutions, our bench is so good. So the level of the game is not just going to stay the same. It's going to continue to develop and push when those substitutions are made. So I'm delighted for Jay. I'm delighted for Hannah. Big message for Hannah is to keep running behind, stop coming back to the ball. And she ran behind today and got a touch on the ball. I thought it was Monaca's and got straight in at first, and then they said Hannah Betford, so I figured she must have touched it. But I'm delighted for the both of them. But I will say, I know they've made an impact and they've scored the goals, but Ash, massive contribution in and out of possession. Brianna Pinto, she came in as a 9 as we were searching for a winner, and then we dropped her to the 6 in the latter stages of the game. From a defensive standpoint, fantastic. Did what her job was. Feely came in seamlessly, but there's also players sat on the bench and that's not rostered that we demand so much of them from the week. They deserve the opportunity to play at the weekend, and unfortunately, you can't get everybody on the roster and you can't get everybody on the field. But their desire and their determination to be better, all right, every single day is what pushes the group to be better on the field when it comes to game day. So it's not just a shout out for Jay and Hannah Betford, it's a shout out for the collective, and it's the pursuit of getting better, and that's what they've done this weekend.
No questions, David?
Coach, the red card, how advantageous is that for a team that plays the way you guys play?
Yeah, it's always advantageous when you're playing against one less player, especially with the way that we do, and we try and manipulate spaces, and now they've got to cover almost double the distance from player to player. But what I said to the group there is, and I've no doubts that when Fabrice comes in here and he speaks after post game, he'll talk about how the red card changed the game. For me, the game was already changed. We had already taken over the game. We were completely dominant. It was wave after wave of pressure. I don't think they created very much at all in the second half, if anything. It does change the game. It's inevitable, but I'd already felt like the game was swinging in our direction, and I think we were pretty close to scoring or creating something if they had 10 or 11. Yeah.
It was a homecoming for Fabrice coach here. Did the guys give you a little bit of an advantage of how to practice and how to train against the coach that was part of your staff?
Yeah, it does, because he's tried to implement a lot of things. You can see it from the way that he's played and the way he's setting his team up. He's tried to implement a lot of things. He changed some stuff today, which was a little bit different. It caught us a bit by surprise in regards to his formation and setup and so on and so forth. And it's definitely, he knows us in and out, but we figured that he would do some certain things the same. I mean, I looked at the game day warm-up. I was watching their warm-up and we're doing ours, and the 2 warm-ups were almost identical. So he'd obviously taken what we'd done here with us for the last 2 years and implemented it there. So a lot of common traits throughout, but a message for Fabrice is he is a stand-up guy and he's a phenomenal coach, and he has a work ethic that is almost unmatched by anybody. He will be successful. He needs to keep his head up and keep grinding and keep doing it his way. I have no doubts that he'll be a phenomenal coach in the future.
How big was Virginia Shore to finally get a goal with her being traded here during the offseason? A lot of expectations. well, I mean, it must be good that for her to just get that, break the ice.
Of course, yeah. Listen, with those expectations comes pressure, and she's 20 years old, and it's a lot of pressure. And sometimes those moments are difficult to deal with. She puts a lot of expectation on herself. There's a lot of expectation from fans, national team, coaching staff here, the other players that are on the team. So sometimes that can build up. And I felt like I spoke to her during the week here, and I felt like she put a lot on top of herself. So last week when we pulled her out of the lineup, it was not performance related. It was to just give her a break. So when she comes into the game, she can play freely. There's things that she has to continue to work on, mainly without the ball. But with the ball, she's very gifted. She took a goal really well tonight. It had an immediate impact in the game. She's a wonderful person. She's got a bright future ahead of her. She just needs to keep grafting and keep learning and be disciplined in how she does it. But we're excited for her.
Walk us through that game-winning goal that got you to win at 2-1 backcourt.
What was that, sorry?
Walk us through the game-winning goal that got you.
Yeah, we'd made a couple of tweaks. I think we had when we subbed on Brianna Pinto and Feely Rausch, and we pushed Manaka out to the wide channel so that Ash could play in the 10 a little bit more, and then put Pinto and Bedford up top together. So we now know that we have two centre forwards that are occupying their two centre backs. So it would draw the back four narrower, which created more space for Manaka in the wide channel, and Manaka at any moment could deliver something. So the more pressure we put on, the narrower we got them, the more space Manaka got, and it was almost within minutes of us making that tweak that the goal came. So it was a good tweak from the coaching staff. Give us a little bit of credit there, but no, it was a brilliant goal, and I'm really pleased for Hannah Bedford.
I'd like to stick with your thoughts on the subs for a minute. Coach Ness has said there's been a lot of talk about the subs have to come in ready to come in hot. What do you attribute in your training to their preparation and mentality when coming out on the field with all that energy?
The togetherness that we spoke about, because when I told them, people laughing at me last week, I was telling a story about earning the seat in the boat and rowing in the right direction. Well, episode 2 of that continued, and when the seas get rough and the boat starts to shake, the biggest thing that you need then is a lighthouse. And if one person starts building the lighthouse, what's everybody else going to do? Watch them build it or join in and build it and finish the project? And they all said in the locker room, we will build the lighthouse together. So whether you're a 5-minute player or a 90-minute player, your impact is massive. So today they built the lighthouse together. I told them in the last 5 minutes, go finish the job, and they did it. So I think everyone needs to be ready when their name's called.